From warhorse to luxury icon, the complete story of Land Rover. Picture a vehicle tearing through the muddy tracks of a Welsh farm, its aluminum body glinting under a grey sky, engine growling as it hauls a plough through unforgiving terrain. Now imagine that same brand, decades later, parked outside a Mayfair mansion, its polished chrome gleaming under streetlights, chauffeuring royalty or celebrities to a gala. This is the paradox of Land Rover, a marque born in the grit of post-war Britain, yet elevated to a symbol of aristocratic elegance and global adventure. From the rugged Series 1 to the opulent Range Rover, Land Rover has carved a path through jungles, deserts and red carpets alike, embodying a duality that few brands could sustain. This is the story of how a utilitarian workhorse became a luxury icon. A tale of engineering grit, cultural transformation, and an unyielding spirit that thrives in 2025 and beyond. The birth of a legend, post-war Britain, and the Series 1. In the aftermath of World War II, Britain was a nation on its knees. Cities lay scarred from Luftwaffe bombings, steel was rationed, and the economy teetered on the brink. The Rover company, known for its pre-war luxury saloons, faced a stark reality. Its Coventry factory was in ruins, and the market for high-end cars had evaporated. Maurice Wilks, Rover's chief designer, stood on his farm in Anglesey, North Wales, tinkering with a surplus American Willys Jeep. It was 1947, and the Jeep's versatility inspired a radical idea. What if Rover could build a vehicle as rugged as the Jeep, but tailored for British farmers, explorers, and a nation desperate for practical innovation? Wilkes sketched a boxy silhouette in the sand of Red Wharf Bay, and the Land Rover was born. The first prototype, dubbed the Centre Steer for its unconventional central steering wheel, was cobbled together on a Jeep chassis with a Rover P3 engine and gearbox. Aluminum, abundant from wartime aircraft production, replaced scarce steel for the body, creating a lightweight, corrosion-resistant shell. By April 30th, 1948, the Land Rover Series 1 debuted at the Amsterdam Motor Show, its 80-inch wheelbase and 1.6-litre petrol engine producing a modest 50 horsepower. With a box-section steel chassis, selectable four-wheel drive, and a freewheel mechanism, it was a utilitarian marvel. Doors and a roof were optional extras, and the interior was as Spartan as a tractor's. Priced at £450, it was a tool, not a luxury, designed for farmers, military, and adventurers who needed to conquer mud, sand, or snow. The Series I was an instant hit. By 1949, Rover exported to 70 countries, including the United States, and the British Army ordered a batch, recognizing its potential as a lightweight utility vehicle. Its aluminum body and ladder frame chassis gave it a durability that defied the era's rust-prone vehicles. In 1950, the freewheel system was replaced with a conventional four-wheel drive setup, and larger 2.0-litre petrol and diesel engines followed by 1957. The Series 1 evolved rapidly, with wheelbases stretching to 86 and 107 inches by 1954, introducing the world's first four-door, four-wheel drive station wagon in 1956, capable of seating up to 10 in long wheelbase models. By 1958, Rover had produced 250,000 units, a testament to its universal appeal. The Land Rover wasn't just a vehicle, it was a symbol of Britain's post-war resilience, a tool of empire that carried explorers across Africa, savannas, Australian outback, and Himalayan trails. The Series 2 and 3, forging a reputation for invincibility. In 1958, the Series 2 arrived, refining the formula. Its 88 and 109-inch wheelbases, wider track, and 2.25-litre petrol engine, later joined by a diesel, added refinement while retaining ruggedness. The barrel-sided body, designed to conceal the chassis, became an enduring aesthetic, unchanged for over 25 years. The Series 2A, launched in 1961, introduced a 2.25-litre diesel and minor cosmetic tweaks, while the 1967 option of a 2.6-litre six-cylinder petrol engine for long wheelbase models catered to those seeking more power. By 1971, the Series 3 debuted, featuring a plastic grille, headlights moved to the fenders, and a fully synchronized gearbox, a nod to improving driver comfort without sacrificing capability. In 1976, the 1 millionth Land Rover rolled off the Solihull assembly line, a milestone cementing its global dominance. Land Rover's reputation for going where others couldn't was no marketing ploy. In 1955, 6 Oxford and Cambridge students embarked on the Oxford and Cambridge Far Eastern Expedition, driving 2 Series 1 station wagons from London to Singapore, traversing deserts, mountains, and jungles. The journey, documented in the book First Overland, showcased the vehicle's indomitable spirit. In Australia, farmers used Land Rovers to herd cattle across vast stations. In Africa, safari guides relied on them to navigate game reserves. In Antarctica, explorers trusted them to withstand sub-zero conditions. The British Army adopted the series models for reconnaissance and logistics, with variants like the Lightweight or Air Portable, introduced in 1968, designed to be stripped down for helicopter transport. The Lightweight, despite its name, was heavier than civilian models but became a military staple, serving in conflicts from the Falklands to Northern Ireland. Humanitarian organisations like the Red Cross embraced Land Rovers for their ability to deliver aid in disaster zones. Stories abounded of series vehicles fording rivers, climbing dunes, and surviving breakdowns in remote locales, often repaired with makeshift tools. A 1959 anecdote from Kenya tells of a Series 1 stuck in a riverbed, its driver using a rope and local villagers to haul it out, only to drive on unscathed. Land Rover's simplicity, leaf spring suspension, robust axles, and a power takeoff, PTO, for agricultural equipment made it a global workhorse, earning a reputation as the vehicle that could go anywhere, do anything. The Defender, icon of endurance. By 1983, the Series 3 was showing its age against emerging Japanese competitors like the Toyota Land Cruiser and Mitsubishi Pajero. Land Rover responded with the 110, followed by the 90 in 1984, introducing coil spring suspension, a wider track, and a 5-speed gearbox. In 1990, these models were rebranded as the Defender, a name reflecting their use by defense forces worldwide. The Defender 90, short wheelbase, and 110, long wheelbase, offered petrol and diesel options, including the 2.5-litre 200 TDI diesel, later upgraded to the 300 TDI and TD5. By 2007, a 2.4-litre TDCI engine improved drivability, and in 2012, a 2.2-litre diesel met stricter EU emission standards. The Defender became a cultural icon, its boxy silhouette synonymous with adventure. The British Army's Wolf variant, with reinforced chassis and 24-volt electrics, served in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Sierra Leone. The SAS adapted Series 2A 109-inch models into Pink Panthers for desert reconnaissance, painted pink for camouflage in sandy hues. In 1996, a major Ministry of Defense order solidified the Defender's military legacy. Beyond the battlefield, Defenders carried explorers like Ranulph Fiennes across Arctic ice and supported NGOs in refugee camps. Hollywood embraced it too. James Bond drove a Defender Inspector, its ruggedness a perfect foil for 007's grit. Yet the Defender's simplicity was its Achilles heel. By 2016, tightening emissions and safety regulations forced production to end, with the final unit H166HUE rolling off the line on January 29, 2016, after 67 years of continuous production. Fans mourned, but Land Rover promised a rebirth. In 2019, the new Defender debuted, blending retro styling with modern tech, terrain response to, air suspension, and hybrid powertrains. Critics debated its softened edges, but its off-road prowess, tested in Namibia's dunes, silenced many skeptics. By 2025, the Defender thrives as a bridge between heritage and innovation, available in 90, 110, and 130 configurations, with sales topping 150,000 units annually. The Range Rover revolution, luxury meets capability. In 1970, Land Rover redefined the SUV with the Range Rover, a vehicle that married off-road capability with luxury. Conceived by Charles Spencer, Spin King, the Range Rover was a bold departure from the utilitarian series models. Its 3.5-litre V8, sourced from Buick, delivered 130 horsepower paired with permanent four-wheel drive and a 2-speed transfer case. Coil springs and disc brakes offered unprecedented comfort, while aluminum body panels kept weight down. Launched as a two-door, it boasted a split tailgate and a hose-down interior, balancing practicality with refinement. Priced at £1,998, It was a premium offering, yet its off-road ability rivaled the Series 1. The Range Rover created the luxury SUV segment, a feat acknowledged when it won a gold medal for coachwork and the Don Safety Trophy in 1970. By 1981, a four-door version arrived, followed by an automatic gearbox in 1982. The 1983 Vogue trim cemented its status as a status symbol, favoured by British aristocracy and urban elites. In 1971, two Range Rovers completed the British Transamerica's expedition, crossing the Darien Gap's jungles from Alaska to Tierra del Fuego, proving luxury didn't compromise capability. By 1982, production hit 100,000 units, and the Range Rover became a global icon, spotted on royal estates and in Hollywood. The 1990s expanded the lineup. The 1989 Discovery, positioned between the Defender and Range Rover, offered family-friendly practicality with advanced tech like anti-lock braking system, ABS, and electronic traction control, ETC. The 1997 Freelander targeted the compact SUV market, its unibody construction a departure from Land Rover's body-on-frame tradition. In 2011, the Range Rover Evoque, a sleek compact SUV, attracted younger buyers with its urban styling and off-road chops, selling over 800,000 units by 2025. The Range Rover Sport 2005 and Velar 2017 further diversified the portfolio, blending performance and elegance. Each model retained Land Rover's DNA, terrain response, hill descent control, and wading depths up to 900 millimeters, ensuring no terrain was off limits. Ownership turbulence. From British Leyland to Tata Motors, Land Rover's journey was not without turmoil. In 1967, Rover merged with Leyland Motors, forming British Leyland, a state-backed conglomerate plagued by labour disputes and mismanagement. By 1975, British Leyland was nationalised to prevent collapse, and in 1978, Land Rover Limited was created as a separate entity under Michael Edwards' leadership. Despite these challenges, Land Rover thrived, doubling production capacity with government support. In 1994, BMW acquired Rover Group, including Land Rover, sparking a technological renaissance. The second-generation Range Rover, 1994, introduced air suspension and the terrain response system, while the Freelander's 1997 launch expanded market reach. BMW's investment modernised Solihull's production lines, but financial losses prompted a sale to Ford in 2000 for $2.7 billion. Ford introduced the Range Rover Sport and Discovery 3 LR3, enhancing electronics and refinement, but the 2008 financial crisis forced another sale. Tata Motors acquired Jaguar Land Rover, JLR, for $2.3 billion, a move initially met with skepticism but proving transformative. Under Tata, Land Rover entered a golden age. The Evoque, Velar, and reborn Defender broadened appeal, while investments in hybrid and electric tech aligned with global trends. Tata's hands-off approach allowed JLR's engineers to innovate, with annual revenues reaching £29 billion by 2025. However, reliability issues persisted. Early Defenders and Discoveries faced criticism for electrical gremlins and complex electronics. Tata's focus on quality control, evident in the 2020 Defender's rigorous testing, has mitigated these concerns, though JLR's reliability rankings trail Lexus and Toyota. The 21st century, navigating the SUV boom. The 2000s saw SUVs dominate global markets, and Land Rover capitalized on this trend. The Range Rover's fourth generation, 2012, introduced an aluminum monocoque chassis, slashing 420 kilograms while retaining off-road prowess. The Discovery Sport, 2014, replaced the Freelander, offering 7 seats and family-friendly tech. Innovations like ClearSight Ground View, using cameras to see through the hood, and Terrain Response 2, which auto-adjusts for conditions, kept Land Rover ahead. Hybrid powertrains debuted with the 2013 Range Rover Hybrid, delivering 436 horsepower and 30 miles of electric range, while the 2022 Range Rover offered a plug-in hybrid with 510 horsepower. By 2025, Land Rover's lineup is a masterclass in segmentation. The Defender, with prices from $57,000 to $120,000, blends retro charm with modern tech, competing with the Mercedes G-Class, $140,000 to $200,000, and Toyota Land Cruiser, $55,000 to $90,000. The Range Rover, starting at $104,000 and climbing to $220,000 for the SV, rivals the Bentley Bentayga and Rolls-Royce Cullinan, offering bespoke interiors and 606 horsepower in its V8. The Discovery, priced at $60,000 to $80,000, targets families, undercutting the Lexus LX, $92,000 to $130,000. Global sales reflect this strength. JLR sold 431,000 vehicles in 2024, with Range Rover and Defender leading growth in North America and China. Yet competition is fierce. The Mercedes G-Class combines cult status with luxury. Its 4.0-litre V8 matching Range Rover's power. The Lexus LX, built on Toyota's bulletproof reliability, appeals to buyers wary of Land Rover's spotty dependability. The Toyota Land Cruiser, relaunched in 2024 with a hybrid 2.4-litre turbo, offers ruggedness at a lower price. Land Rover counters with unmatched off-road tech and brand cachet, positioning itself as the choice for those who value heritage and adventure over clinical reliability. Land Rover in 2025, a brand at its peak. In 2025, Land Rover stands at a crossroads of heritage and modernity. The Defender, reborn in 2020, balances nostalgia with innovation, its 5,000-pound frame tackling 45-degree inclines and 35-inch water crossings. Available in hybrid, diesel and V8 guises, 518 horsepower in the Defender 130 V8. It's a global bestseller with 70,000 units sold in 2024, remains the pinnacle of luxury SUVs. Its SV autobiography offering hand-stitched leather and massaging seats, yet capable of climbing Moab's slick rock. The Discovery, though overshadowed, holds strong with 50,000 annual sales, its 7-seat layout ideal for suburban adventurers. The Evoque and Vela, with their urban appeal, drive JLR's growth in Asia, where compact SUVs are surging. Culturally, Land Rover is a chameleon. In Africa, Defenders are workhorses for rangers protecting rhinos. In London, Range Rovers are red carpet staples for celebrities like David Beckham. Social media buzzes with Land Rover's allure. A 2025 X-Post from at Ella Classic Cars celebrated an electric Defender 90 conversion with 300 horsepower and an 82 kilowatt-hour battery, garnering 10,000 likes. Yet reliability remains a sticking point. Consumer Reports ranks JLR below average, though 2025 models show improvement. Land Rover's market positioning hinges on its ability to sell adventure and prestige, a narrative competitors struggle to match. The future, electrification and beyond. Land Rover's future is electric. JLR's reimagined strategy, announced in 2021, aims for a fully electric lineup by 2030, with 6 electric models by 2026, including 3 Range Rovers. A 2024 X-Post from at Auto 123 highlighted JLR's plan to launch electric Range Rovers in 2026, despite market uncertainties. The 2024 Range Rover Electric, with 800-volt architecture and 600 horsepower, promises 300 miles of range and the ability to wade through 850 millimeters of water, proving EVs can conquer terrain. The Defender and Discovery will follow, with hybrid options bridging the transition. JLR's £18 billion investment in electrification includes a new battery plant in Somerset, England, signalling commitment to sustainability. But challenges loom. Can an electric Land Rover retain the visceral thrill of a V8? Off-road purists worry that battery weight, often 600 kilograms more than combustion models, will compromise agility. JLR counters with torque vectoring and lightweight platforms, but the shift risks alienating traditionalists. Competition from Rivian's R1S, with 835 horsepower and 400 miles of range, and Tesla's Cybertruck, with its stainless steel exoskeleton, threatens Land Rover's dominance. Yet JLR's heritage, 75 years of conquering the impossible, gives it an edge. The 2025 Defender Octa, with a 626 horsepower twin-turbo V8 and adaptive air suspension, proves Land Rover can blend power with innovation, hinting at what's possible in an electric future. Conclusion: a legacy of contradictions. Land Rover's story is one of contradictions resolved through sheer tenacity. Born as a mud-splattered warhorse, it climbed to the pinnacle of luxury without losing its soul. From Maurice Wilkes's sketch in the sand to the electric Range Rover humming through city streets, Land Rover has navigated wars, economic crises, and ownership upheavals to remain a global icon. Its vehicles have carried explorers to the ends of the earth, soldiers into battle, and royalty to coronations, embodying a spirit that transcends mere transportation. In 2025, Land Rover stands as a brand of unmatched duality. A Defender tackling Namibian dunes, a Range Rover gliding through Monte Carlo, a Discovery ferrying kids to school. Its future is uncertain, yet exhilarating. Electrification promises to redefine adventure, but the weight of heritage anchors its path. As Land Rover drives toward a sustainable horizon, one truth endures: no other marque so effortlessly bridges the primal thrill of the wild with the refined elegance of the elite. This is Land Rover, a legend forged in grit, polished by ambition, and forever untamed.